What is going on, my people? It is UK, Trotter Brother, dr.blick, the darkest man around. And today, guys, I'll be explaining the YAMI no Mi, also known as the dark fruit in the dub. So if there's been a time for you guys to get that fried chicken and get that Kool-Aid, now is the perfect time, because the UK, Trotter Brother, will be going ham on this video. So without further ado, let me just get on with this. So the YAMI no Mi first debuted January the 6th, 2007, manga chapter 440. And when it comes down to the history of this fruit, there's not really a lot I can say about the fruit, to be honest. But there's one thing that is worth a mention, and that is the way Blackbeard describes the Darrow fruit itself. And what Blackbeard had to say is this: darkness is gravity. It swallows everything around it. Even light itself can't escape. Its power is infinite. Those are the words that Blackbeard had to say about his own Darrow fruit that he has. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about the strengths that the user will acquire when taking a bite out of this Darrow fruit. One of the major strengths that the user will acquire is the ability to control darkness. Like, you guys already knew this. With all the stuff I've said, with the way Blackbeard described this Darrow fruit, you guys already knew that the user will be able to control darkness. And what this does, it allows the user to control his unique property of gravity that this Darrow fruit has. And when we're talking about the darkness itself is essentially a void that has the ability to crush and destroy anything around it. So anything that's around, you seen him when he's fighting Ace, you see how he puts his hand on the ground, he activates his Darrow fruit, and everything around it gets destroyed. Everything close to it gets destroyed. All of this gets sucked in, and this is down to the fact that the user has the ability to absorb physical matter and attacks of any type, and all of this is done by the user sucking it into the darkness. Like I said, the darkness is a void, it sucks anything in, and that is the unique property of gravity that this Darrow fruit has. The user of this fruit not only can do that, they also have the ability to suck in their opponents as well. And this was shown when Blackbeard fought Ace back in manga chapter 440, where this Darrow fruit first debuted. So the YAMI no Mi can also suck in its opponents, which is pretty crazy. And another thing I gotta put out there is, it doesn't matter what form the opponent might be in, they can still suck them in regardless of what state they might be in. So it doesn't matter, they can still suck them in. And not only that, the user has the ability to absorb things into a vortex. And what this vortex does, it pretty much allows the user to create space for objects to go in. So anything that Blackbeard absorbs into this vortex, he can re-access it again. And this has been shown when Blackbeard absorbed a whole entire city. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty mad. Like, that's crazy, bruh. Like, that's some crazy shit right there, bruh. That is some crazy shit right there. Like, the ability to absorb a whole entire city done by a guy that just recently accessed this Darrow fruit. And when Blackbeard reintroduced the city back into the real world, the city was damn right almost ruined. Like, it was pretty much destroyed. It wasn't in the same state that it was in when he first absorbed it, which is expected. But I know a lot of people are theorizing that if Blackbeard gets full control over that vortex, maybe he can store his augers in there to keep him safe, because he has major weaknesses when it comes to him defensively. But I know a lot of people are going to be wondering, if he can absorb objects, if he can absorb this into this vortex, can he absorb people as well? The answer is yes. He has done this in Impel Down. Blackbeard absorbed the Impel Down guards into this vortex, and when he finally released them, they were heavily wounded. So this vortex is dangerous. So the likelihood of him storing his augers in there, for people that think he could eventually do that, he has to have full mastery on what gets destroyed or what gets hurt, because based on all the stuff that's happened, things that go inside the vortex, they don't come out in one piece. Pun intended. They don't come out in one piece, because we've seen everything that's gone inside of it comes out ruined or broken. They still come out kind of semi-fine, but with things that have gone inside of it, things get broken, things get destroyed, things get crushed. The vortex is dangerous. People come out wounded, objects come out near enough broken, things don't come out the same way. So when it comes down to the vortex itself, it is one of the most devastating attacks that the user will acquire when taking a bite out of the YAMI no Mi. But the standout ability that the user will acquire is the ability to nullify people from using their Darrow fruit. And this was shown in manga chapter 440, and this was done when Blackbeard used it against Ace. But what we learned about this ability is the fact that this could only work when Blackbeard is in contact with the person that is fighting. So when he's touching them, he has the ability to nullify them. And this also works when Blackbeard has a touch of the person's clothing. And this was also shown when Blackbeard was fighting against Luffy in Impel Down. So as long as Blackbeard's in contact with the person via clothing or touching them physically, he has the ability to nullify them for that short amount of time, until they're able to break free or until he releases them. Because the moment he releases them, the moment they get their ability back straight away. And that shows the sheer brutality of this Devil Fruit, the ability to nullify other Devil Fruits. You know how crazy that is? That's absolutely crazy when you think about it. So when it comes down to this ability offensively, it is no joking matter. And that is pretty much all the strengths that the user will acquire when taking a bite out of the YAMI no Mi. So now that we've talked about all the major strengths that the user will acquire when taking a bite out of the YAMI no Mi, let's talk about the glaring weaknesses that this Devil Fruit has. And I'm going to say this to you guys. In my opinion, this is probably the worst Logia in terms of its defensive capabilities. Logias are prized on its defensive capabilities, but when it comes to this fruit, it's different. It's very different. Its case is very different. And what I mean by that is the fact that the user has the ability to swallow up everything. It means it can also absorb attacks too, and this leaves the user vulnerable to attacks. So things that do not pass through darkness regarding attacks, it leaves the user exposed to getting hurt. And when I mean getting hurt, the user can get hurt as much as regular human beings. And Blackbeard even said in chapter 440 that he can get hurt even worse than human beings. So you're telling me that there's a guy in One Piece that's a powerful ass guy, that's a Yonko currently in the series, that can get hurt worse than me? Like, Lord have mercy, bro. Like, Lord have mercy. If there's a Devil Fruit that leaves you that vulnerable to that point, let me know, because at the moment this is the worst defensive Logia out there in my opinion. And it was even shown that even though Blackbeard has the ability to nullify people's Devil Fruit ability, which he did against Whitebeard, Whitebeard was too strong to the point that he was able to use his sheer strength to get himself out of that situation. So even when he has that great ass ability to nullify someone, since he's so close to Whitebeard himself, Whitebeard has the ability to use his pure strength and brutality and the ability of Haki to get himself out of that situation, leaving him vulnerable for Whitebeard's attacks. That's why he was scared. You saw the look on his face, you saw how scared he was, and that is why Blackbeard overreacts at attacks when they get fired at him, because he's vulnerable and he eats shots like human beings or even worse. So that's the major weakness that he has. But when it comes down to anything else in terms of weaknesses, it's pretty much other weaknesses that user has. So Sea Prison Stone, water, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the only weakness that this guy has. And you guys know about the Sea Prison Stone, which I displayed in the Gomu no Mi, which I'll leave in the description below, which you guys can check that out, or you can just check out the playlist that I've made called One Piece Explained. But as a whole, guys, that's pretty much all the weaknesses and the strengths and pretty much everything you need to know about the YAMI no Mi. But as a whole, guys, I want to know what you guys think about this. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below, because this has been the UK Trottler brother Dr. Blick, the darkest man around, and it is time for me to put down that fried chicken and the Kool-Aid and wrap up this video. So please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please leave a like, rating, enjoy this video, and yeah, this UK Trottler brother will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.